Hello, my name is John Brasowski, and I'm the VP of Innovation at GeoComm, a leading 911 GIS company in the United States. I hope you are enjoying the 2021 virtual NINA Goes to Washington event. I will miss attending the NG911 Institute Tech Showcase in person this year, but this is still a perfect opportunity to talk about current developments in 911 mapping and GIS. And since GeoComm is a mapping company, I thought what better way to provide an update than by sharing a story map, a technique from our GIS platform partner Esri that uses the power of maps to communicate ideas. You know, as the nation begins to realize the benefits of NG911, new capabilities and opportunities to integrate more and more data into the PSAP are emerging, and this trend is impacting GIS mapping as well. New types of geospatial data can be very useful for understanding location and streamlining emergency response. But with it comes new questions. Where does this data come from? How do you know you can trust it? Is the data available and supported 24/7? What types of additional geospatial data are the most useful to 911 and emergency response? Well, at GeoComm, we've been thinking a lot about these questions over the past year, and as a result, we'd like to introduce a new concept we call Public Safety Location Intelligence via a short video clip. One of the additional map data types that we're focusing on this year is indoor maps. Mapping 911 calls indoors has always been challenging. We know that today close to 80% or more of all 911 calls originate from mobile phones. We also know that the average U.S. citizen spends 80% of their life or more indoors. But now, thanks to work well underway in the industry, we are finally getting better and better indoor 911 positions for mobile phones. But to make those positions truly actionable, and not just a blue dot on an otherwise blank whiteboard, we need to start mapping the geography of the indoors. But where to start? Well, this is a map of all of the buildings in the United States. It was generated by Microsoft, who used machine learning and artificial intelligence to extract building footprints from aerial and satellite imagery of the US and Canada. That identified over 125 million buildings in the United States alone. If we zoom in on this map, we can begin to see these buildings. Each one of these gray boxes represents an indoor space, a building. Collectively, often a vast and unknown geography that our nation's 911 telecommunicators, dispatchers, and emergency responders must deal with on a daily basis. So let's take a look at how indoor maps can help. Well, many of you are familiar with maps that look like this in your PSAPs. We see some streets, we see a 911 caller position, a callback number. If we zoom in, we get a little bit more detail. Not too much more detail, though. Imagine if we had indoor maps, though. We could begin to see building footprint information and perhaps even building interior information. So in this case, we can clearly see that this 911 caller is in the northwest corner of the auditorium of Mason High School, and there's a building entrance very near to the 911 caller's position. So how do we get indoor maps to PSAPs? Well, we are pleased to announce a multi-vendor partnership between GeoComm, Esri, and RapidSOS to do exactly that. Soon, RapidSOS portal users will be able to use an app launcher to display a GeoComm map viewer powered by Esri's new PaaS, their platform as a service. This GeoComm map viewer contains, among other things, indoor maps like we just looked at. Beyond indoor maps, we will be bringing additional dynamic map layer content to PSAPs as well, such as natural hazards, weather watches and warnings, hurricane tracks, wildfire detections, automatic defibrillator locations, and also site structure information, building floor level, and even elevation and 3D map information. But now it's time to wrap up. I hope you enjoyed this quick tech talk, and to learn more about how to add GeoComm Public Safety Location Intelligence to your 911 operations and applications, please feel free to reach out to me or anyone at GeoComm. Thank you, and have a great rest of the 911 Goes to Washington event.